Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillah wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulillah. We respectable listeners them. We want for heartily welcome now to yet another edition of Ramadan Q&A session by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In today's edition, we want for look at set of questions them where people then don't ask by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. With the comments from question 31 by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Question 31, this person they ask that if the fasting of a person where they sleep all day, but he only they grab with time for prayer reach, after prayer again, he go to do again, he sleep. They ask if in fasting is okay, if in fasting is correct. The answer is yes. The fast of this person is correct by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but it miss boku blessing due to in excessive sleep where they sleep during the month of Ramadan. As the month of Ramadan a month of countless blessings, a fine for we engage in other acts of worship them in order for gain boku baraka by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So as Muslims, we can engage in reciting the Quran, doing zikr, the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, making dua, giving charity, engaging in other acts of worship them by the mercy of Allah. So you know fine for we spend the entire day, we sleep, we just grab for prayer, no more after prayer we go lay down back. Subhanallah, the fasting okay, but they miss boku baraka by engaging in too much of sleeping in this beautiful month of Ramadan. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for grant we guidance. Question number 31. This person they ask is say, waiting na the ruling of the person where they use abusive language during fasting, meaning the person where they curse, where they use them bad languages them, why is it they fast? The answer to this question is that for use abusive languages or then other bad languages them, like people where they swear a lot, subhanallah, they say bad things them upon other people them, this is not the spoil the fast altogether, but it is reduced from the reward of the fasting by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And sometimes if somebody continue for do this excessively, it cause where they fast, subhanallah, it use them bad words them where they fast excessively, this might lead for let the person lost the entire reward of him fasting, subhanallah. Waiting na the proof for this statement where I just don't say. The proof is the Prophet alayhi salatu salam say, he say if anyone of una the fast, lay ensure say you know utter bad words or act in ignorant manner, subhanallah, meaning he act in bad ways them, that if anybody insult them, if anybody cause this fasting person or person want forfeit this fasting person, let the fasting person tell the person where they cause him or the person where they offend them or the person want forfeit them, let tell and say inni sa'im, me at the fast, we mean say at the fast I know the fet, at the fast I know the cause, at the fast I know they make palaver by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the Prophet alayhi salatu salam, you know the hadith, they say anybody no left them bad talk them and for act badly, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala not interested in the food and in drink where he abandon, subhanallah. We mean say this person here, if you not stay away from this, it just they go through hunger and thirst, subhanallah, you know they get any reward in fasting. So as Muslims, need for ensure say we stay away from using them bad languages them whilst we the fast. May Almighty Allah strengthen we. Question 32 by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Sorry, question 33. This person they ask, he say, if he get an examination, if he write for let he break in fast because of examination as a student, the answer is it not permissible for break fast for this reason. Examination not a part of the excuses them way Islam give for let somebody break in fast at all, subhanallah. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for grant you guidance and for protect you. So not get right for break we fast because of examination. Question 34. This person they ask, he say if it permissible for swim or for dive during the day whilst you dey fast. The answer is, according to we scholars them, by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then say swimming or diving is permissible during the day in Ramadan. As long as the person wey dey swim or the person wey dey dive, not allow water for reach in belly, meaning for pass through in throat and then go inside in belly. So if you able to protect the water, let it not go inside in belly. By the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in the entrance system where water can go inside the belly, then there is nothing wrong for let it swim or for let it dive. But if somebody knows he never will protect himself from this one, then it better for let abstain from this act of swimming during the daytime in Ramadan. Whatever I go wait na net, if at all in a person will like for swim, then you go wait na net we don't break fast. By the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we na in better bi'iznillahi ta'ala for protect in fast. The final question we will take by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Somebody ask, he say, if it permissible for a sister take an injection in order for stop in menstrual cycle so that you go to complete the month of Ramadan. Somebody go take injection or something similar in order for block in menstrual cycle, let you know see in menses so that you go complete the month of Ramadan. The answer to this question is that this is not acceptable inside Islam. The menstrual cycle na a system designed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala na in say whosoever we seek, subhanallah, or they on a journey, it gets the permission for breaking fast. Let break the fast by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and pay in other days then beside Ramadan. So as a woman, bi'iznillahi ta'ala, when you get your menses, you menstrual cycle, you break your fast. By the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you check the days that you miss during your menstrual cycle, and after Ramadan, you get the whole of months them for pay that day. Subhanallah. Look at how flexible the ruling is. So after Ramadan, you get stay Sha'ban, meaning the month before the next Ramadan, for pay the debt that we miss in Ramadan due to your menstrual cycle. So it's not acceptable for block the system where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala systemize. We ask Allah for protect we, for break the fast during your menses. This also a part of the obedience of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We ask Allah for protect we and ask Allah for strengthen we. Till we meet again inshallah for another edition of Ramadan Q&A session. I say assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.